Hi guys, it's me, DC, the Artsy Autism Mom, back for another video. So it's been a pretty hectic couple of days, but I have some tea on for myself. I've got a candle lit. I've got my incense going. I'm trying to be very woo-saw right now, so I'll be back with my tea and we'll get this one started. Hi guys, I'm back. I have my tea here in my Diva cup from my sister. Let me just take a little sip of it before we get started. And before we get started, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. You can find me on Instagram as DC the Purple Diva. I am on Twitter as the Purple Diva DC, and I have set up my Facebook page. It is DC the Purple Divas Chronicles of an Artsy Autism Mom. So please like my page on Facebook as well and follow me there as well. Okay, one more sip of tea before we start. Okay, so today's video is going to be on how me, DC, a girl from the East Coast, wound up in California and have stayed in California, and how my son's autism diagnosis has a lot to do with that. Okay, so I am from Washington, D.C., as I said in my first video, and I came to California and went to college. I wanted to get into the music business. I'm sorry guys, I have a different setting today, so I'm not using my normal camera stand and lighting, so I'm using different lighting, so things are a little wonky, but we're gonna go with it. As I was saying, I originally came out here and I went to college out here. I started in college on the East Coast at Hampton Institute. It was back then. It's now Hampton University. And then I came out here and went to school at USC. Go Trojans, fight on. Anyway, after college, I wanted to get into the music business, so I stayed out here. I had no idea what I wanted to do as far as a daytime job, so I did some temp jobs and eventually ended up in the finance industry. Just fell into it, literally. I met my son's father, my ex-husband, in my mid-20s, and we got married when I was in my late 20s, and we had my son, our only child, when I was in my early 30s. So one of the things that I found out after my son was diagnosed with autism was that California, at least at that time, and I don't think anything has changed in regards to that, for some reason has the highest percentage of children diagnosed with autism. Maybe it's because they were properly diagnosing them. I don't know what it is. And on top of that, have some of the best resources for children. I'll say that. I happened to, at the time that my son was diagnosed, live in the South Bay area of Los Angeles, which is serviced by Westside Regional Center. And in California, we have regional centers for individuals who have developmental disabilities. It's not just autism, it also includes Down syndrome, mental retardation, and some types of mental disabilities as well. So when my son's doctor, good pediatrician, good African American pediatrician, I'm going to stop and mention right here, my father is also a physician, still practicing dermatologist. Best dermatologist in the world, in my opinion. Thank you, Daddy, for my beautiful skin. But his pediatrician told us to take him to a regional center and have him evaluated. What I found out after my son was evaluated, and one of the reasons why I have stayed in the area of Los Angeles that I currently live in, is that the regional center that my son got his services through is, at least then, was like the best one in the state. And once he was in the regional center, because I work in the real estate industry, I also ended up serving on one of the boards of directors through Westside Regional Center, which is Home Ownership Made Easy. And that organization would entail help individuals on the autism spectrum and their families to become homeowners. And also we had housing for the clients of Westside Regional. So while I was navigating the services through the regional centers, I found out that all regional centers are not the same. And henceforth, I stayed where I am. And the area that I am, I'll say the demographics of the clientele for that regional center is predominantly Caucasian. Yeah, predominantly Caucasian. Because just because of the area of the city that we live in, and the service area. It services Culver City, Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, Mar Vista, Pacific Palisades, and then then parts of the South Bay, which are Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, Hawthorne, Manhattan Beach, and Lawndale, and just the racial demographics in those areas is predominantly Caucasian. So, not that really makes a difference, but I just felt it was a need to make that, because there are some regional centers that are in areas that are more ethnically black and brown, and they don't necessarily have the same level of services as the regional center that my son was through. However, a lot of that has changed over the years, and I'm glad to say that. But at the time that my son was going in, that was the best, and that's why we stayed there. And that's why we stayed in this area. And that really hasn't changed for him. So, getting back to why I'm still in California, it's because of the autism services. The things that I was able to get for my son. We were able to get behavior therapy when I needed it when he was younger. He had occupational therapy. He had speech therapy until he was in high school. And I get respite care. I still get the respite care because of the situation with him, being his full-time caregiver. So those things are kind of his diagnosis with autism was one of the things that pretty much kept me in California, even after his father and I had divorced. Wanted him to be around his dad, but also wanted him to really, get the best services. There are services that he was able to get here that I have a cousin who lives in the state of Texas. Nothing like that was offered. As a matter of fact, it appeared that her parents had a harder time getting the proper diagnosis of autism for her. And she's only maybe a year older than my son. So they were born in the same time period, but because of the state that they live in versus the state that I live in, the kind of services that were available to my son were different. And sorry guys, I kind of talk with my hands a lot. Try not to. So bottom line is that the main reason that I have been here, stayed in California for all of this time, is really around the level of services and opportunities that are available for my son. Now, I will say that now that he is an adult, there are more services for adults, but we're now dealing with the things of the lack of workability, employment, and getting the training that he's going to need to be able to get a job. So that's for another video. But I think I'm going to end this one here. I don't want to keep rambling on. But as a little bonus today, right after this, I have a time lapse, a couple of time lapses showing me putting on my makeup, and getting my hair done, putting my hair together to do this video today. As I told you guys in the first video, I'm not really a makeup person, but I am doing that stuff for these videos. So let me know if you like me adding that at the end of the video, and hopefully my videos will get better. The devil's been busy trying to keep me from getting this next video in, but I plan on doing another video, I think, later this week if I'm able to do it, because there's, I'm dealing with right now some issues on the dark side of autism, and miraculously, my son, who is here in the same room that I'm in doing this video, is laying down and slept through the entire time that I've made this video. So anyway guys, like, share, and subscribe. Again, my YouTube channel and my Instagram are the same, DC the Purple Diva. Please follow me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter. It is the Purple Diva DC, and I have my Facebook page up. It is DC the Purple Divas Chronicles of an Artsy Autism Mom, and DC the Purple Diva is all one word spelled out. All right guys, peace until the next time. I'll see you. Bye.